Welcome, folks. We got a match here. It's going to be Wasatch 4-1 taking on Maple Mountain 1-4. We have about 10 minutes till kickoff. That clock is just counting down the minutes to the game here. The teams are about to walk out here, but let's quickly introduce this game here. As I just mentioned, it's Wasatch 4-1 and then Maple Mountain 1-4. I'm joined here by Hiram Gailey. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing swell. It's a fine autumn night. You can't love anything more than some Friday night lights.
Especially in freaking Wasatch. It's so beautiful here, you know.
Yeah.
We got a beautiful sunset behind us.
Right.
But yeah, let's quickly introduce the teams and their previous matchups
I mean,
here.
you got Wasatch, who's 4-1. Their only loss coming 2 weeks ago. And I mean, it was a pretty close game up until the fourth quarter.
Their last loss?
Mountain Ridge. I mean,
yeah, Mountain Ridge. Oh my, they had it blown out.
That was a fourth quarter blowout. Basically, everything happened.
The teams.
And I mean, now we have Maple Mountain, who comes in 1-4. Their only win against Mountain View, a really close game against Pleasant Grove, who we also have played. And I mean, some losses: Farmington, Alta, Provo, and Pleasant Grove. I mean, they average a loss of about 2 possessions, but I mean, we can see that their offense has the potential to be explosive. I mean, they put up 55 points, 33. 28. I mean, this is not a bad offensive team. The question for them is defense. How will they adjust to Wasatch's new quarterback, Kazon Villa?
Yep. And as we're talking about Wasatch here they come out. The home team is getting ready, and the crowd is as well. Here comes Wasatch.
I mean,
now the story, as you just mentioned, is Kazon Villa, the backup QB, a tragic injury to the starting QB, Darius Edwards.
Yeah, I mean, 1,000,000%, you got to be watching this kid, right? There's no doubt that he can play, right? I mean, he came in, he got Wasatch a win 2 weeks ago. He got Wasatch a win last week. I mean,
and it was a big win too, winning 41-12 against Salem Hills.
And I mean, something that I will say is that Steve Coburn does a great job of adapting his coaching style to the players that he has. I mean, you saw with the Darius Edwards, Wasatch ran a very, very fast-paced offense that kept the defense on their toes.
That no-huddle, quick tempo.
I mean, 2 years ago, though, when you had Zach Thacker, I mean, you ran the ball nonstop. You had a really good rushing team. It's one of those games that you got to look out. I mean, how does Steve Coburn coach this team? Last week against Salem Hills, you saw a little bit of a different Wasatch
style,
team.
Yeah.
A very much 1 second you got a slow-paced, methodical offense. Then the next second you have Kazon Villa taking it like 30-some-odd yards to the house. I mean, Kazon Villa is the definition of a dual-threat quarterback, and you love to see it. Something that a Darius Edwards is not. I mean, what Edwards had in passing, Kazon Villa has in rushing the ball. And I mean, not to say that Villa's a bad quarterback. We haven't seen him for that long. He's a pretty good quarterback. I don't think he's as good a passer as Edwards, but that's not to say that he's not equally as good of a quarterback.
Yeah, definitely something to watch out for you guys tonight at home. How can Kazon Villa fill the shoes of a Darius Edwards? We're going to have a
quick little break for the national anthem. And
then we'll rejoin you and then finish our thoughts and then kick off the game.
Yep.
Have endured. This evening, the colors will be presented by the cadets of Wasatch High School Air Force Junior ROTC program and are commanded by Cadet Sammy Dahl. Here to sing our national anthem tonight is Taya Hinckley and Abby West.
A thank you to the Wasatch Color Guard for delivering the national anthem there. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff here. Now let's quickly just talk things to watch. Let's get one little bullet point for each team. Let's start with Maple Mountain.
I mean, if you're Maple Mountain, you got to watch out defensively. I mean, this is a team that has lost a lot of games due to their defense. I mean, their offense can play, right? Their offense can put up points. It's their defense that's lacking behind a little bit, right? And so you got to think, there's not a whole lot of film on Kazan Villa. There's really not, right? There's a lot of film on Darius Edwards, basically not on Kazan Villa. So it's hard to prepare for this Wasatch team,
from there, yeah.
right? And so you got to wonder, how does this Wasatch offense differ from the one that we've seen in the past? And now, how is Maple Mountain going to guard it?
And now when I ask you your other watching point for Wasatch, I'm assuming it's going to be Kazan Villa.
Exactly. I mean, if you're Kazan Villa, now is a great day. I mean, this isn't the greatest team in our region. In fact,
build some confidence.
Basically dead last, right? Not a great team. And so really you just got to think, hey, this is my opportunity to go and show out, right? Show what I can do. I got to have it. And I mean, like I said, this defense is a little suspect.
And then
right?
next week there's a big match for Wasatch, Springville.
Exactly.
If you can build some confidence here. Oh, and this is an interesting thing. Darius Edwards is coming out for the coin toss, acting as a captain. Good to see that. You see his left leg there. He's going to be out for a doozy. Yeah. So let's get back to Kazan. He's got a big matchup coming next week. You need to build some confidence here. I feel like,
he has
some rhythm.
He has 2 wins under his belt as a quarterback.
1.5
game. Yeah, 1.5. Right. I mean, came in for the 4th quarter against PG.
That was already done.
Yeah. But, I mean, still,
it's still something.
He ran up the score a bit, right?
Yeah,
which is good. What you love to see. And then last week, he came to Salem Hills, who's been a pretty good team for a really long time. Not so much this year. Beat them by quite a margin, right? I mean, 41-14, I think was final score, 41-12, something like that. I mean, really, really good game. And now you got to look. I mean, you're expecting a good game out of Jaron Law and the Kalama brothers.
Joshua Sanders, all your big players.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love the addition of the Kalama brothers. Great players, both offensive and defensively. I mean, if you're Wasatch, you have a newfound receiver almost in Josh Sanders, who's really playing as your number 1 right now. But,
yeah, he looks great, Josh Sanders.
Exactly. You got to see how this team plays behind Kazan Villa, though. I mean, Darius Edwards targeted Josh Sanders more than any other receiver on this team. But Kazan Villa actually targeted Jaron Kalama more than anybody else last week in the Salem Hills matchup. So you got to think, is Jaron Kalama the number 1 now?
And Jaron Kalama can play a number of positions. As you and I commented last year, we saw him even take snaps at running back. He's a versatile player, and that's another dangerous thing that Maple Mountain needs to look out for.
You got to think, though, on this Wasatch team, you have 3 receivers, actually probably 4 that could all be number 1 receivers. You have Nalu Kitashima, that's, a really kind of, I would put Nalu Kitashima in this area where it's because you have so many other players that are really good, he kind of falls under the radar and he picks up the slack when you get a double coverage on somebody. That's where you really benefit. And then you have, you got Jaron, Law, and Josh. You really don't have a shortage of weapons on the offensive side of the ball.
Lots of skill for Wasatch here. Kickoff's about underway here. Maple Mountain's returning to the sideline, and the special teams is in a huddle right now for Wasatch. But it looks like it's going to be an interesting game. Here comes Wasatch. They're going to be stepping onto the field. Maple Mountain's soon to be followed here. But, yeah, we're basically underway here. This is going to be a good one. Wasatch is going to return to start this game.
You got La'a and Kitashima going back. 2 of the aforementioned players.
Of skill.
Yeah, we'll see. As you see a little brotherly love from Nalu and La'a doing a little fancy handshake. Love
the
to see
Hawaiian transfers into Wasatch's team. Big additions last year during the Corona season.
I'd like to say that Wasatch would be the same team without him, but I don't think I can say that with a straight face. These players are phenomenal. Through and through. La'a came on last year as a freshman, started, one of 2 freshmen starting.
It made headlines.
Yeah, and
great player in the secondary.
More than solidified his spot, and then you have an interesting kickoff. Oh, never mind.
I was looking at that. I was like,
an interesting kickoff formation.
But he had his hand pointed and everything, and I'm like, uh-oh.
No, but these Hawaiian transfers we've gotten great.
Here comes
players.
a kickoff from Mountain. Maple Mountain.
Won't go into the
It's not
end
going to be
zone.
returned, or it's going to be returned.
Kitashima.
Oh, and he's going to have some space. Here he comes. He's going to get to the 38-yard line. Good little return there. Not a big kickoff, and he took it to his advantage, getting it up to the 38 with some good blocking.
I mean, there you see, kind of the speed of Kitashima coming off. He's limping a little bit.
And there's the Wasatch fan base wearing purple tonight for cancer awareness. Good to see that from the Wasatch fan. And here comes Wasatch onto the field.
Kazan Villa.
Kazan Villa is lined up at the backfield. He's got 1 running back and 3 wide receivers to his left. It's going to be a handoff. Oh, no. The QB's going to take it. Had me fooled. He's got space. He's going to move the chains, I believe, and step out of bounds.
And that will be moving the chains. I mean, this is what you like to see. Kazan Villa, great dual threat quarterback. All right.
Same formation here. It's going to be a pass play, though, and he's got time. Good blocking from Wasatch. Is he going to step into it? He's going to step to his right. He jukes out his own lineman. That's a coverage sack there.
And I mean, that right there, I think, is where you have Kazan Villa showing a little bit of his inexperience. If you looked at the bottom of your screen, you saw Chris Cook calling for the ball. But
the quick tempo is going to be in effect here. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Cook. He's going to try and fight for some, but it might be a 1 or maybe 2 at the best.
Maybe a 2-yard.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
And I mean, here we're going to see probably a pass from Kazan Villa. You're probably going to get.
And it looks like they're going to keep this quick tempo so far in this opening possession. They're going to be in this 3 wide receiver setup on the top of your screen here. Play action. It's going to be rolling out to his right. Ooh, it's going to be eaten up at the line of scrimmage here, and that's going to bring out the punt team.
Yeah, and I mean, there you just saw Maple Mountain get right up in Kazan Villa's face. Didn't really let him turn his body to throw to the other side. I mean, a screen pass by design, and he really didn't have an opportunity to throw it anywhere else.
So Maple Mountain with a great start there, and now they're going to bring out the punt team for Wasatch. Let's see if they can get a return here and get some decent field starting position.
And I mean, Aiden Rouser has a monster of a leg.
See if he can maybe place it to a good defensive starting position. Here comes the kick. It's going to be taken down at the 21-yard line. So maybe Mountain's going to be in a semi-optimal position to start.
A nice field flip there, though, by Aiden Rouser.
Now, we didn't talk about this side of the ball as much in our pregame. What are you looking for on this side?
I mean, Maple Mountain has had a little bit of inconsistency against really, really good defenses. They've proven that they can score points, and I don't know where Wasatch's defense falls on their, shall we say, level of play. I don't know if their offense is good enough to compete.
Well, there's the snap, and that tough defensive line that Wasatch has is going to get eaten up on that run play there for a loss of about a yard or 2. Good tackle in the backfield. It's going to be a loss.
And while we're away for a little bit, Nalu Kitashima is getting his ankle taped up. Kazan Villa is just checking in on him. It doesn't look to be anything too serious. Might have just been a little bit of a roll or something. But, I mean, he's still padded up. He's going back in the game.
Alrighty. Nobody in the backfield with the QB here. They're showing blitz, and they're going to send it. Ooh, just a late hit. A pressured throw is going to force an incompletion there. Wasatch bringing a blitz.
Not quite a late hit, but Sawyer Johnson came off the line unblocked right at the quarterback, just full steam ahead.
They didn't show blitz there, but then they stepped to the line as the snap is about to be taken. Yeah. Let's see it here. You can see number 28.
Sawyer Johnson just unblocked. I mean, all the way through. Kind of a gutsy call by Coburn to just send the blitz that big with that many receivers wide out, but I really like the aggression.
They're going to change it up here, 3rd and long, and there's going to be a running back now with him to help him out. Let's see what Wasatch chooses to do for the defense. Another blitz. He's going to roll out to his right, looking for an option. Oh, just off target there on the curl. 13 was the target for Maple Mountain, and now they're going to bring up the punt team on a 3 and out. Good defensive start from both teams.
I mean, Josh Biesinger, your targeted player on that one. And I mean, now we have a punt from Maple Mountain. A nice little flip. And we have Jaron Kalama back to receive.
And Jaron Kalama's been really good in the last home game. We had some good returns from him. Let's see if he can replicate any of that. It's going to be a little bit of an awkward kick and an awkward bounce as well.
Great bounce by that punter to just stop it, not let Jaron Kalama get his hands on the ball. I mean, I'm sure when you're prepping for a team that you don't know anything about the quarterback, you got to say, all right, what do we know, who do we know, and how can we stop them? Jaron Kalama has to be towards the top of that list. How can we stop Jaron Kalama? Because he's just so dang good.
Yeah, don't let him get the ball in the returns. But it's going to cost good field position for Wasatch here as they're going to start at their own 43, about to enter into Maple Mountains. We're going to see that same set. Oh, nobody in the backfield this time for the QB. 3 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen here. Here comes the snap. It's going to force it quick over the middle. It's going to be a big catch. Lots of yards gained there. La Kalama picking up the first down.
Yeah. And I mean, fast-paced offense.
Same setup. Nobody in the backfield with the QB here. He's gonna just a short pass there, trying to target Kalama again.
I'm not sure if that was intended for Kalama or Blake Smith. It was in the general area of both.
Well, here's
Here we
that
see
big
that
game.
Law catch. I mean, great job by Law to break that first tackle and get about 10 more yards after the catch.
All right, here comes Wasatch on second down. Following the incompletion. It's going to be a play action. Quick slot. Here it comes. Breaks a tackle. Now he's into the red zone.
Blake Smith. I mean, a player that we've seen a bit before in the past, but not super heavily used. And now that Wasatch is running a fast-paced, pretty spread offense, he's getting a chance to shine.
More quick tempo. One-on-one on top of your screen here. Look for that. He's going to look to his right. Load to the corner. Oh, just over the head. Trying to target Blake again. Blake Smith.
Yeah.
Keeping the quick tempo, though, Wasatch is trying to just catch Maple Mountain off guard. We're going to see another one-on-one opportunity. Something may be happening there. He tends to favor where the numbers are. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Cook. He's going to break a tackle. He has a block and some yards. Ooh, and he's close to a first down, and that's going to bring up third and short.
Does a really good job of showing his speed right off the line of scrimmage. He got the ball, and the thing that you got to love about Kazon Villa is he makes it so you have to check the quarterback.
Yep, just a dual threat QB. Now he's going to, another play action. It's going to be a quick shot to Josh Sanders. He's going to barrel through a tackle. But does he get the first down? I believe he's going to be a yard short.
He's going to be very close. And they're calling it fourth down and about a yard.
I believe they're going for it.
I mean, why not?
So Oh, Chris Cook. He's going to break through some. Dives into the end zone. Chris Cook has the first points of the game.
Yeah.
Wasatch takes the lead.
And I mean, already you can see Wasatch playing a little bit differently. I mean, Chris Cook has had some pretty low usage in the first 3-4 games of the season. But I mean, now that you have a different quarterback, different skill set, you're starting to incorporate Chris Cook more. Because when you get Chris Cook running, you can get Kazon running. And when you expect those two running, Kazon can pass. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine, and you got to give a lot of credit to Steve Coburn.
Wasatch developing all sides of their offense, you know, running with the QB, running back, and throwing the ball. Wasatch with a good drive there. Started off with some good field position after a quick 3-and-out from Maple Mountain. And now Maple Mountain has to get a response here, so let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
And here's the replay. This was one to Josh Sanders.
I mean, Josh Sanders does a really good job at getting out of that. You got to give some credit to Law and Blake Smith for blocking those two. And now we see that
here's the run.
Chris Cook run. I mean,
just quick speed off of the snap.
Small little bowling ball. I mean, that kid can run through just about anybody, and he's, I don't want to say undersized because that's misleading. He's not the biggest player on the field, but he plays like the biggest player on the field.
Yep. Wasatch is going to kick it off for the first time tonight. Do we need to see a response from Maple Mountain? Maybe a little bit.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Maple Mountain just went 4-and-out, right? Wasatch got one first down, then went 4-and-out, and then they go and score a touchdown, right? If Maple Mountain can do the same thing that says, hey, we can play with you guys. If Maple Mountain can't do that same thing, it's like,
showing that maybe the dominance is there.
Exactly.
So does Maple Mountain need to maybe get first downs, or do they need to get 7 of their own?
I would say a field goal is your bare minimum on this drive.
Maybe get to the other side of the field?
A field goal is what I would be aiming for. Like, that to me is your bare minimum.
Well, here comes the kickoff here. Aiden Rouser rifling that one.
Now, almost out of the back of the end zone.
There's a touchback here from Maple Mountain. So they're going to start in the same area that they did last time.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can not replicate what they did last time and maybe try something new here.
Yeah.
Wasatch last time showed blitz, and they blitzed every snap there. So that was an interesting choice.
Except for the first down, which is normally when you're most willing to risk a blitz. But, I mean, you got to give some props to your coach. Like I said, I mean, Steve Coburn, great coach, and he's been showing it time and time again, especially right now. I mean, oftentimes you give the credit to the players, right? But here's where you see just how Steve Coburn is playing chess with these players. I mean, using him to the best of his advantage.
Well, here comes a run, and it's going to get eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard.
And I mean, this Wasatch defense last year had some pretty big holes in the secondary. I mean, your corners were solid, but you had some.
The extended plays.
Exactly. It was extended plays. And I mean, this year they have some of those holes plugged up, and a little bit of new holes have come, but nothing like too severe.
With the loss of Tyler Carl in the middle of the pack, you know, obviously your linebacker core is going to take a bit of a hit, but they're still blitzing, still keep to the script. Let's see if they're going to do it again here.
Yeah.
You could see a corner blitz. That's what it's going to do. Number 24 coming on the bottom of your screen. And then even if you don't get a hit, it's just a pressured throw that's going to result in something like that.
You can tell Maple Mountain's quarterback, I believe. Let me make sure I got this right. I believe it's Jackson Denton?
Jason.
No, Jackson.
Jason Denton. He's been throwing some pressured throws here. But let's see what he can do. It's 3rd and 9.
Sorry, that's actually Brogan Miles at quarterback. Sorry about that, guys. But, I mean, you can tell he's a little uncomfortable back there.
They're showing blitz again, Wasatch. And here it comes. He's just going to huck a prayer up. Oh, and it's going to be answered. Big gain. Oh, what a tackle there. I mean, the botched coverage, but a good recovery tackle.
Great job by Caden Luke to make that tackle, because if he doesn't, that's a touchdown.
Oh, goodness
And as I'm saying...
And I think we should call him Kerry Underwood because of that freaking Jesus take the wheel. And we'll see this last-ditch throw here. Wow, as he was hit. Man.
I mean, that's a great job in trusting your receiver. That's Benny Kilpack. He's actually a tight end. I mean, I'm surprised that he got the speed down the stretch to get that ball. And with that throw, you might see Miles settling in a little bit in that pocket, realizing that he can still deliver accurate passes while being pressured.
A bunch formation here. A lot of people lined up in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to number 6 here. He's going to miss one, miss another, but he's only going to get to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Now, is that the reason you bring on the blitz, is maybe to hide your frailties in the secondary so it's a quick throw?
I don't know about that, because I think Wasatch has a better secondary than they did last year, whether that be experience or just better
is
players.
An improved secondary still?
I think what you're trying to cover up is you have a lot of these defensive linemen playing both ways, and you lost a lot of linemen last year because a lot of them graduated. A lot of your starters on both the offensive and defensive graduated, so I think you're getting help from your backers to help your defensive line not have to play their 100% the entire game.
All right, well, here comes the snap. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Another prayer is going to be thrown up. Does he get that grab? What a catch. Through the contact. It was decent coverage from Peter Muslar, but
that's
a little bobble there, and it's going to bring Maple Mountain into the end zone. Here they come. They're trying to respond to Wasatch's 7.
Like I said, I mean, this is exactly what you need. You've had 2 really big plays from Wasatch, or on Wasatch from Maple Mountain. This is exactly what you need if you're Maple Mountain. You need to respond, and you need to respond with force.
Well, let's check out the replay here. I mean, it's a tight coverage as we can see.
Yeah.
Oh, and he just beat Peter Muslar.
And I mean, he really beat Peter with the speed, and then
he still kind of got in there.
As much as you love Peter, if he was 6 inches taller, I don't think that would have been a complete pass.
Yeah, it was a tough catch. We got a 1 receiver matchup on the top of your screen here. Here comes 1st and goal. Here's the snap. It's going to fire quick to the corner. I believe he got the grab. There's going to be a flag on the play, a late flag, possibly pass interference.
Potentially. We'll see what it is.
An incomplete pass on 1st and goal, and then a flag at the end of the play.
I believe that
I think we're gonna have a pass
Dylan Dixon in
interference.
coverage.
Wasn't looking too much at it.
They're calling pass interference
on the offense. So that's going to back them up. It's
Yeah.
still 1st and goal, but with a lot more yardage to do it.
And if you're Maple Mountain, I will say this. The worst thing that you can do in the situation you're in is go for it on 4th down and not get it. That will kill your momentum that you've been building up. I mean, a field goal is better than that. Take the field goal. Do not try to press
let's
your
see
luck.
If they get to a 4th down. They have 1st and a long way to go.
Long way. I mean, that's 1st and goal from the 24-yard line. I mean, it's a pretty big 1st down you got to get. That's a ways you got to go to score a touchdown.
Here comes the blitz. Oh, it's going to be a screen pass here, shoveling it out to his halfback. Another flag on the play here. Might be a holding or some sort, but it's towards the action. It's going to get him about to the 20 via the flag.
We'll see what the flag is.
I'm not sure. I believe it's on the tackle, but I didn't see anything in the tackle, so maybe it's holding.
I believe.
Could be anything on those slip screens. Anything can happen.
It might have been an offsides, though. Or a infraction. We'll see. What you got from me, Mr. White Hat? What's your call? They're calling
blocking the back
on the offense.
So that's going to back them up.
That's going to back them up.
They're backing
another 10
They're backing
yards,
farther than
maybe
Toe Mater and Cars 1.
Jeez.
Goodness me.
Yeah. And so now you have a 1st and goal from the
35. You can't even take a field goal from there. They got to get back in the field goal range. Some good throws that just resulted in this, but nobody in the backfield once again for the QB.
Yeah.
Here comes a blitz. Oh, he gets hit on that throw there, and it's going to be an incomplete they were going to rule.
And that's a great,
very
so
well
far,
timed.
Sawyer Johnson, Johansson.
Johansson.
Pardon me, similar name. Sawyer Johansson has done a really good job of getting off the edge and in his face.
And always hitting him on that back when he's not ready for it.
And the thing that I will say that Tyler Carl did really well is getting in the opponent's mind and kind of just talking the entire game and doing a really good job of making sure they know who Tyler Carl is and know what he's doing. And I feel like Sawyer Johansson is doing a pretty similar thing right now. He's gotten in the backfield a couple of times. He's made some pretty good plays. Now you just got to emphasize it.
All righty. The backfield is loaded for the QB, trying to maybe help protect and maybe trying to get a little jump there. But the defense is disciplined. Here comes another blitz. He's hit again, but the throw is up. The catch is good. Is it complete? It's complete. We don't have a 1st down, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10, but that's a big play, and that's going to bring him at least to 3rd or field goal range.
Dylan Dixon in coverage. He just got kind of mossed by Benny Kilpick.
Let's see it on the replay here. Another hit onto the QB, but a good throw.
Actually, that was a Sear Person. Pardon me. So, you just had a great go up and get it type of thing. And now you have the quarterback for Maple Mountain, that is Brogan Miles, taking his time to get up. He's been hit quite a bit. He's actually calling over his trainer.
So you can't see it on the screen right now, but number 10 is not like on his back or anything. He's kind of in a crouch.
He's cradling his hand at the moment.
Now you can see here. He's up now, number 10 on the right side of your screen. Is this going to be a substitution? Or I think they're just going to go and talk in the timeout here.
If he's okay,
they're going to get him back, I'm assuming.
Call him back.
Because he's getting these big throws.
You've just built up chemistry and momentum, and changing your quarterback, that could be dangerous. And it didn't look like it was a game-threatening injury. And so if you...
Because he didn't go straight to the floor. Maybe a little bit of wind knocked out because he was crouched over.
He's been getting hit all game. So, we'll see who's coming out. I don't think he's coming out.
Oh,
I don't believe
I do not see a number 10 on the field.
Miles coming out.
Maybe just
You're
a
actually
snap.
Looks like this is a wildcat formation. You got number 7, Hunter Bezant.
Maybe he is a QB. Let's see, though. This could be an interesting play here from Maple Mountain.
And I mean, this is an interesting call. You got to.
Number 7's going to take, and a jump from Maple Mountain.
Yeah. I mean,
And they just got all the way back up there, and now they're going to get pushed back.
that's a 10-yard penalty, too. I mean,
and now the field goal is a little bit of risk. Maybe just take a run. And
here's the why it's really interesting. Now you have Hunter Bezant potentially coming out. Now he's just talking to his coaches. I mean, it didn't look like Brogan Miles was going to come out of the game, right? It didn't look that serious. And
maybe
so
he just needs a little bit of recovery.
If
We'll
you
see.
have Bezant throw a touchdown, get some momentum, it's like, do we take him out of the game? Because he just built up momentum. But now, I mean, Bezant's starting with basically no momentum. So, I mean, it's an interesting game.
Well, here we go. A backup of 5 yards. Here comes the throw. Corner of the end zone. Does he have his man? A little bit off target there, and that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
From about the 16-yard line.
I think we got about a 30-yard kick here. See if the kicker can put it away, but it's also on the right hash of the field.
Yeah.
So he's got to kick it at an angle, so it's not as easy as it looks.
Just a little bit further. I mean, those yards really.
Let's see if it,
up.
yeah.
And I mean, as a little bit of trivia that we found out today, you had 17 yards from the line of scrimmage to the field goal. I mean,
and that's the range of the kick.
That is the range. So, I mean.
And the kick is being taken from the 15, so it's going to be a 27.
It's about a 32-yard kick. It's
good,
up and it's good. I mean,
that's that bare minimum
that's
response.
Your bare minimum response.
It was a long drive, however, with lots of fouls and chip plays.
Which is why you got.
But I think that was there's a lot of positives to take from that because you got a lot of passes, even though you're getting blitzed. You know, you didn't establish run game, but you did establish the air. But
kind of.
But the QB situation is going to be interesting.
The really good thing, though, for Wasatch is, I mean, there are some Wasatch players that play both ways, right? You have the Kalama brothers that play both ways and Sanders. I mean, those are really your guys that play both ways a lot of the game. As for Maple Mountain, though, I don't know how many people play both ways. And so if you have 3 or 4 defensive starters that were just on the field for that long, that could be really good for Wasatch because you could have some cornerbacks that are really tired.
Good point here, but Maple Mountain's going to kick it off for the second time. There's those fans once again showing up with the purple cancer awareness support for tonight.
I believe that is Kalama and
number 6.
Nalu Kitashima.
Can't see the number there.
What is number 8? Nalu Kitashima.
Here comes the kickoff. We have 14 minutes left in the first quarter. An interesting game so far. Did I say 14? Oh, well, apologies. I meant to say 4. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Maple Mountain's second kickoff.
Now they're kicking it to La'a, who's back in the end zone.
They're calling
it returnable.
I don't always know how that works, but he's breaking a tackle.
I mean,
he's had some really good blocking on these returns.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, because, I mean, you had Nalu Kitashima bring it out to about the 40-yard line, and then you just had La'a bring it out to the 30-yard line.
From a deeper kick.
Obviously kicked it to La'a Kalama. They're like, can we get away with kicking it to this guy the entire game? I think the answer is no. I mean, as he just kind of proved. But it's interesting how Maple Mountain is playing this game.
All righty. Kazon's lined up in the backfield here with Chris Cook. Let's see what they're going to roll with for the first play. Maple Mountain sending blitz.
Kazon Villa doing an option good job of protecting himself, sliding at about at the line of scrimmage. I mean,
no gain of yards there. 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Same formation. Quick tempo offense. He's going to load up to the bottom. Oh, just off target there. I think they were a little bit off page. I think he thought it was an out route.
Yeah.
But he was running a fade there.
Smith looked like he was just running 10-yard fade, and then you had
and that was the correct read too because the corner was backed off. I think the out route though was the one you wanted.
Now we have 3rd and 10. I mean, this is a really big 3rd down for Wasatch.
And they don't have proper coverage at the bottom of your screen here. Blake Smith might be open. He's going to be dialed up. Makes the grab, but did he have his feet in bounds?
That is called a catch.
Wow, what a grab! Toe tap Blake Smith.
I mean, the 4 people that I pointed out at the beginning of the game that could be your number 1 receivers, so far, none of them are, and it's Blake Smith this game.
And here comes the replay here. But we have a run from Chris Cook while that replay is happening. It was about a 5-yard gain. Yeah. But yeah, Blake Smith just with a great inbound.
And Blake Smith is a little bit more of a physical receiver. I mean, you love to see the difference in receivers and skill sets.
Oh, here goes an option play. A bad read, but he breaks that tackle. I think he gets the first down marker. It's going to be close.
I believe he's about 2 yards short.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 3rd and short here. 3 receivers to his right. He's going to go play action. Throw across the middle. Oh!
Just
and into the
by
hands of La Kalama. A little bit behind him there on that play. And it's going to bring up
and here's the
4th
thing,
and short.
I mean, you're not really in an area where you can punt.
And you're not in an area where you can take a field goal. But you can take a quick 4th and short. An option play here. He's going to get the pitch. Chris Cook is going to get his first down and some more. He's got yardage. Oh, and his man has gone the other way. Can he get to the pay dirt? Bring it to the 10. Wow, what a run for Chris Cook.
I mean,
electrifying.
You got to love the call by Wasatch to say, hey, we're not punting this thing. We're going
and
for
you run
it.
an option, too.
And you run an option suited to Kazon. And, I mean, Kazon has a great back in Cook. They just proved why he's a good back.
Oh, and Kazon wants some action, too. Is he going to get into the end zone? The far referee calls it. Touchdown, Wasatch responding to the field goal, and it's now a 13-3 lead.
Like you're saying, Kazon got a little jealous of Chris Cook's 30-yard run. He's like, hey, man, I want some of that action, too.
Yeah,
Give me the ball.
Just some great runs there, and Kazon Villa with some legs and moves. And let's go back to Cook there on that electrifying run.
Goodness.
He broke a tackle and then downfield. He made that safety
You gotta
pay.
love the way Chris Cook plays because he punishes you if you don't wrap him up. If you just try to grab his leg, chances are it's not going to work. And I mean, you love to see a higher usage from Chris Cook as there's
gonna be
flag.
There's a flag on the kickoff here. It is on the snap. But yeah, I mean, if Chris Cook breaks that first line of defense, it's going to be on the kicking team, this foul. He's just got so much speed. He's gonna get past the second line.
On top of that, though, you have Kazon Villa, who's a pretty good dual threat quarterback. And so when you have Chris Cook break off a 30-yard run like that,
just give it right to Kazon on the next play and get a touchdown.
It opens up the field for everyone else.
Big plays from Wasatch there. Blake Smith, before all of that, got a nice toe tap. Keep that drive alive.
Yeah, you got to give props for the entire thing. Here's the replay of that Chris Cook run. I mean, just a phenomenal run. Here you see him break a tackle and then just
lovely move. Lovely move.
Punishes a safety really quick, says, hey, I want you on concussion protocol next week.
And here's also the option play that was with the QB. Oh, wow. Oh,
nice little move by Kazon to get him out of the backfield, out of a sack, and into the end zone.
That's some Lamar Jackson level of play.
I mean, phenomenal running from Wasatch right now.
Just great on the ground. And, I mean, we've seen some clutch catches, too. Blake Smith stepping up.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I want to see a little more accurate passing from Kazon.
Well, I think that one play
but I
was
think
a
that
bad
I think that this is exactly how you get it. I think you build up Kazon's confidence because he's a really new quarterback. I mean, I don't know how long he's been playing quarterback, but he hasn't been playing with this team as long, right? And so you got to build up some chemistry with your guys, and that's what he's doing right now.
Well, here comes the kickoff for Wasatch, and we're still in the first quarter. A lot of actions already unfolded. Maple Mountain gets 3, Wasatch gets 7. And it's going to be a touchback from Aiden Rouser, and now Maple Mountain's going to start at 20, trying to replicate and maybe get some more points. Let's see who comes onto the field for the QB situation for Maple Mountain.
As we're looking at the huddle,
I can't see a 10 or 7.
I can't make anybody out.
Those were the numbers for the 2 QBs, correct?
We're getting...
Who's in the backfield
Looks
there?
like...
I don't.
It's number 10. You got Miles back in the game.
So he just needed a little bit of break there. Let's see if he can replicate any of those Hail Mary throws he had last drive. But he's got one guy in the backfield with him. Wasatch is showing 3 players. It's going to be a handoff. His feet are wrapped up.
Broken tackle by Matt Hess, I believe.
A lot of players in there for Wasatch.
Yeah.
And it's only going to be a gain of 1 or 2 for Maple. The run game is not
very hard-fought 2 yards, though, for Matt Hess. You got to give him some credit. I mean,
he broke 1.
Really good. I think he broke 3 dudes on the ground, and then he got cleaned up. And, I mean, got to love Wasp defense using teamwork as Wasps so often do. I stepped on a wasp nest the other day, got about 6 stings on my leg, and I feel like Matt Hess is getting the same treatment as you just saw.
Ooh, Wasatch is showing blitz. The corners are all pushed up, even though there's only wide receivers in. Here comes numbers. Wasatch is sending the house. The QB's going to roll out. It's accurate, too. Oh, and he had potential up play, but he's going to step out of bounds. But he did get the first down.
Yeah. And I mean,
and Wasatch is just rolling the dice. It is not a Vegas casino here. You don't need to send so many, but they are, and they're getting to the QB.
it's 3rd and 1 though, and I mean,
He didn't get the first. I thought he had it.
didn't get the first. I mean, I think what Wasatch is trying to do is send a message to Miles saying, hey, look, we will hit you all night. You will feel the pain. I mean,
yeah, they're showing blitz again, Wasatch. No, jumping up the line. And it botches.
Pass.
Another drop pass from Maple Mountain, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Now, what do we see? Do we see the punt team? I believe we do.
If I'm Maple Mountain, I'm not sending my punt team out, to be honest with you. I wouldn't. I want some Presbyterian-type college in this thing. I would not send my punt team out on a 4th and 1.
Well, Maple Mountain's going to go against you, Hiram. Here comes the punt team.
Watch a trick play on this one, though. I would not be surprised
the punt team is
to
out in
see
the
a trick
field.
play.
That's all I'm going to say.
I could see a trick play here. I very well could.
You've called that out plenty of times before, though. And it's going to be a punt. It's going to be a good one, too.
Almost blocked on that. And we have Jaron
No fair
Kalama
catch.
returning that.
He's gotten round 1.
Woo.
Broke another. Broke 2. Runs over another. I mean, he made a lot out of nothing.
He makes it look very easy consistently, and you love to see it from Jaron Kalama. I mean, a leader on this team in and out. See, it feels like a
Let's see
a
Jaron
cheat
Kalama here
code to have
breaks
him
him.
on your team, right?
Made that guy miss.
Weep.
Another one. See
And
you
then
when
watch the truck, boom,
Boom.
right over him. I mean, guy got into
Lot
the
of fun to
ground, but
watch.
at what cost? You know,
Yeah.
like all your friends are making fun of you on the sideline. There's no doubt about that.
Jaron Kalama. All right, let's see if Wasatch can replicate anything after Wasatch's good 3 and out. All right, he's going to look to his left, throw to his left. Get him into the
That's
circus,
called
a
a
little
catch.
juggle catch there.
I believe that was
Jaron Kalama on the grab.
Jaron Kalama. Great concentration by Jaron Kalama to say, hey, whoop, there's the ball.
Little pop and grab there. Here comes the handoff to Chris Cook, trying to replicate
Whoa.
some of that magic.
Good move to get out of a tackle for loss.
Nice little shake and bake there from Chris Cook. Now it's going to bring up 3rd and short. They're going to try and convert here as they step into Maple Mountain territory. 1-on-1 on the bottom of your screen here. Oh, wait, it's going to be a screen for the receiver. Tripped up in the backfield for a loss.
Let's see where the refs rule him. He fell forward, but they're actually marking him backwards.
So now it's going to be 4th and 2. Wasatch is staying on the field. The screenplay does not work out here. Now the 3 receivers are on the bottom of your screen. Here comes the snap. I believe there's a foul. The Wasatch line believes so. Kazon's trying to take it for himself. I don't think he got there.
That was interesting. Nobody on the line moved.
The offensive line was like, yeah, that's it. But they kept going, Maple Mountain, and the referees did as well. So a lack of discipline is. Wait, did they give it first? So the far markers have not moved.
They might be bringing out the chains to see. I mean, you had the
very-
far ref saying, hey, that is not a first down.
See, I don't think he got the first because he didn't stretch the ball.
We might be seeing a bring out the chains type of thing. Refs are calling
they're
them
moving them.
sound, move
They're
the
moving them.
chains.
It's a first down for Wasatch.
Kazon Villa getting the first down.
See, Kazon Villa didn't stretch for it, which is where I was believed to believe a turnover on downs.
But
Wasatch is barely going to move the chains there.
Whoa.
Oh, they're going to dial up a big play. Is that a pass interference? No, that's interesting there because his left hand was held back.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was saying, though, Kitashima does a really good job of flying under the radar, and so Wasatch is trying to exploit that.
Well, the incompletion is going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ooh, some
Explosive
moves there.
running by Cook to get out of the backfield. I mean, I will say that above all else, I think the thing that Chris Cook does the best is avoiding tackles for loss. It feels like very rarely is he tackled in the backfield.
He's like a Christian McCaffrey, always gets you yards, never a negative play.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a pass play here. He's going to give it to his running back, but he's got no hope.
And he still turns positive yardage. I mean, like we're just saying, oh, and we have a player down?
For Maple Mountain, I believe, number 4.
I mean, he's getting up. They're just calling it end of quarter.
So the first quarter action-packed there. Wasatch on top of it, 14-3.
Unpacking the first quarter, the one thing that I have to say is the Wasatch defense reminds me of the one player on a hockey team whose designated role is to just smack the ever-living crap out of the other team's best player, right? Your enforcer, right? I feel like that's kind of what Steve Coburn wants this defense to be like. Hey, you might get some plays. I will still come and hit you every play that I can.
And they're hitting that QB a lot. I mean, I wish we had the stats on that, but it's not good. There's the Wasatch fan. It's loaded. The stadium's loaded here as we're about to start the second quarter. But let's see what they call here. They're going to call, it's fourth and a little bit, but the field position's a little awkward.
You can't
Uh-oh.
almost quite
They have
punt
us on
it.
the camera. Oh, goodness me. I was not ready for that responsibility.
This is one of those awkward situations where you're just in that awkward
there's
range.
a camera crew up there as
Or
well.
like,
Oh, they look a lot better than us.
it's true. But yeah,
Shout out to the Wasatch Stink TV crew. Anyways, that's what you were saying about.
it's so awkward because you can punt it, and it's going to be really good punting if Aiden Rouser can get a backspin on this, which we know Aiden Rouser can definitely hit a ball with backspin.
Well, that's what they're bringing out, the punt team. Let's see if Aiden Rouser can place this for some good field position for the defense.
Aiden Rouser lined up a good 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's
That
see
is a
here.
bomb.
It's a big kick.
Oh,
Not saved. It rolls into the end zone with no backspin. It's going to be a touchback for Maple Mountain here. And Maple Mountain starts at the same spot every drive.
yeah.
And they only have 3 points to show for it.
This is their fourth offensive drive. You got to be questioning, is this... If Maple Mountain ends the half with 3 points, they're losing this game in dramatic fashion. And that is.
I think you need to get this to a
one.
one-possession game heading into the locker room if you're Maple Mountain.
I think if you score a touchdown,
Get some momentum.
that's all you need.
I won't go against you there, but here comes Maple Mountain for the first snap of the drive. It's going to be a
Quick
play action,
pass.
a quick pass. Oh, and he's got some speed to the edge, but who does he meet? La Kalama.
Kalama.
Hitting him hard, only for a little bit of a gain as he pushes him out of bounds.
And I mean, talking on the sideline with some people, we know we have a lot of viewers from Hawaii, saying hi. Law giving the other team a nice aloha from state of Utah.
We'll call it that.
He's a little far away from Hawaii, but letting him know, hey, my name's Law Kalama. It's nice to meet you.
He's bringing the waves.
You can't run past.
He's bringing
me.
the waves. And I believe we're gonna have a blitz here. That's what it looks like from Wasatch. Two
Wouldn't be
receivers for
surprised.
Wasatch for Maple Mountain to his right. He's gonna have to get this one off quick, and he does. Oh!
Almost intercepted there by
Lucky.
Caden Luke.
Lucky to not get an interception there, and a little underdog MVP of that first quarter is Caden Luke on the defense, getting in the QB
Saved
space.
a touchdown.
Almost got there for the interception there. Very close. Just got broken up there at the end. That's good. Let's see it on the replay here. Oh, he should have had that.
Just dropped it. I mean,
You won't want to see that. He almost had it.
yeah.
Unlucky. But his job is to make sure the catch isn't made for the other team, not for him.
That is your first priority.
Third and long here for Maple Mountain here. They're going to try. They desperately need something to respond. He's going to roll it to his right, throw to his right.
And he's out of bounds before that
Incomplete
ball
pass.
is even caught.
That would have been a
We
first
do have
down.
a flag on the play. We'll read Mr. Whitehat's lips in just a second.
Or you could just, know his signals.
Hey,
Holding.
that's a holding call on Maple Mountain. That's unfortunate. That's a 10-yard penalty.
And it's going to be declined so that it's a fourth and a punt.
Down.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Makes sense to me. I was about to say, now, if they accept it, does Maple Mountain get another shot? So here comes the punt team.
Yeah. I mean, great job by Wasatch, though. They've had 3 3-and-outs.
No, I mean, that's always expected of them is to have a good defense.
3 out of 4 Maple Mountain drives have ended within the first, there's only one play where Maple Mountain has gotten a first down. And that's where they got their points. So, I mean, you got to love the Wasatch defense.
All right, well, here comes the punt. Oh, almost blocked there. Do we have a roughing of the kicker? Not. No flag. Jaron Kalama's trying to decide where to go.
Very patient runner.
And that's not always the greatest thing as you're a punt return. You need to gather some speed. He's kind of indecisive there.
He got, though, I mean, a good 10+ yards on that.
But he went down on the first line of
Yeah.
contact. So not a stellar punt return, excuse me, as we're used to from him.
Could have been better,
But good
still,
field position.
10 yards is 10 yards. As there's a flag on the play?
Do we have
I don't know
roughing
if
the
the
kicker?
ref picked up the flag or not. Offsides on Maple Mountain.
And I think that's going to be given
I
to
believe that's
Wasatch.
going to be enforced from the spot of contact from Wasatch. So where they...
We're down. Wasatch is just starting outside of Maple Mountain's territory, and if they get some points here, the floodgates are going to begin to open. Maple Mountain needs to show up.
Yeah, and I mean, you want to see an explosive game from Wasatch headed into next week where you play Springville, who's a harder team than Maple Mountain.
A very good team, Springville. So you need to pick up some momentum, and they can do that here on this drive. Let's see what Kazan Villa has in the Wasatch offense. He's going to roll out a little bit to his right, sling it to Josh Sanders, and he's going to have some space, too. Picks up some speed and gets tripped up there. The shoelaces were untied on that tackle.
Something
Good
that I'll
play from Josh
give
Sanders.
Kazan credit for, he actually sold the running back screen really well. He pump faked, nodded his head. I mean, something that you're not expecting from a younger quarterback.
All right, well, here comes Kazan Villa once again. It's going to be handed off to Chris Cook. And I think he broke one there. Yes, he did. There's going to be a flag on the play there near the point of contact. I believe it's going to be a defensive
And
foul.
look at this. I mean, Kazan Villa, gets it. And then
Josh
great
Sanders with some
blocking, too.
boosters.
I mean, you had 3 members of your offensive line get out to help block.
So on that previous play, however, that was a flag against Wasatch. Holding, it's going to back him up. Make Josh Sanders play a lot less flashy.
I don't know about flashy. I'd say meaningful because now you have a 1st and 15.
First and 8. Yep, 18.
18. Pardon me.
All righty here. Let's see what Kazan Villa can do. Deepen. Oh, I think they caught him. Now they're getting some yards back. So Josh Sanders did get his play once and for all of his yards.
That's fair. And that's an offsides by the defense or neutral zone infraction.
Yeah,
Something that Wasatch's fast-paced offense does is
just
draw
bring
these
that
fouls. That's
you got to be sharp because I mean it's just so tough with this tough quick offense. But here we go again. Kazan Villa has some time and he he had a lot of time there rolling out to his left and he almost had his man.
a great job extending the play with his feet from Kazan Villa. I mean, we expect it, but every time you see it, it just amazes me a little bit just how well he does it. Because, I mean, he had somebody on his throwing arm, and he still got off an accurate pass.
Well, here comes second down and the snap. It's going to be handed off to – oh, no. A little
What? Oh, that's a horse collar and a half. I saw that from up here.
Well, Kazan Villa almost had him if it wasn't for the foul.
Mr. Whitehat,
They're
what you
going to
got
discuss
for
it
me?
because 2 flags came out. I think both referees saw it.
Yeah.
I think that confirms our suspicions. We all reacted at the same time. Here comes the center ref.
Face mask. That'll work too.
Potato.
Yeah, potato. Front of pads, back of pads. I mean, it is basically the same thing at the end of the day.
All righty. It's going to be about 2nd and 10 here.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure the distance.
About 2nd and 7, I would say. You got a
Second and
very
8.
manageable 2nd down.
So after all of those plays, we're going to have 2nd and 8. It's going to be a pass play here.
Kazan
Kazan Villa's going to
looking
load deep. He's going to have his
Oh,
a late flag there. Let's see what they call it on. I believe that's going to be on the defense.
that was Jaron Kalama bounced off of his
it was
chest
a short
pad.
throw. He had his man beat, and he had to kind of go back and get over his man.
Bounced off Jaron Kalama into the hands of a Maple Mountain defender who dropped it, and there's
Pass
a penalty.
interference.
Pass interference on the defense. I mean,
That's going to bring him all the way up there.
another flag is thrown? There might have been a Maple Mountain player that
Is
got
that
in
a
the
double
ref
pass
head.
interference?
I've
never seen 2 pass interference on the same play called
Interesting.
for the same team. You know, that was interesting.
I'm going to disagree with that call. I think 1 pass interference will work. 2 pass interferences, I didn't see the second guy do anything, but, you know.
Well, interesting play here. It's going to be a play action loading to the corner of the end zone. Is that another pass?
No.
See, I don't get why they don't call that one, but
that
they call
was
the other one.
okay. So pass interference rule. It's a little interesting. You have to dictate if the ball was catchable. So
and
from
that
the
wasn't-
receiver's position, I don't think that Josh Sanders could have Superman jumped to catch
Hey, you
that.
never know. It's Josh Sanders,
Hey,
man.
He does
Alrighty.
have the most yards on the team, but I've
Play
yet
action,
to see it from him.
slinging it out.
Oh,
Breaks one tackle. Can he get another?
Oh,
wow, he's still on his feet.
Kalama.
Is he still on his feet?
Oh,
my goodness gracious. We got a touchdown.
Oh.
I don't know what we saw there, but Kalama just breaking hearts like Taylor Swift there. Goodness
My goodness.
me.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
Tripped?
A little barrel roll. Oh, his leg there.
Yeah.
Because those were definitely hitting that play.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's okay, but Lala Kalama, machine.
Kalama
There's
just...
the limping.
I thought I was impressed after the first broken tackle.
Let's see it here.
I mean, look at this. Just whiz, bye-bye. And then just, nope, bye-bye.
He thought he had him down. Oh, goodness me. Where does this injury happen, though? Must have been right there.
I think it must be on that tackle.
Well, here comes Wasatch. Thankfully, has some good field position here on the 1st and goal. And Cook.
Chris Cook is in the end zone.
He gets his touchdown. It's going to be a bigger lead now.
Yeah. And I mean, thoughts out to Kalama. I hope it's just something minor. Like, hey, I felt really weird on that.
That looked a little
It
serious,
didn't-
like a little, because as soon as he got to the touchline, he did a little barrel roll.
I mean, he's walking on the sideline. He's walking over to the trainer's table right now, but I don't know if he's
Well, here comes the kick.
He's hopping up on the trainer's table right now. We'll see what that's about.
See if the point after it can go through. You're good. Through the uprights. An extra point is good. There's our Was piping up the crowd here as Wasatch gets a huge lead, and the Maple Mountain scoreline is not looking good for them.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm just looking down. Something that I love to see is that every time Kitashima, like every time I've seen somebody be injured, the first person over there every time is Kitashima. I mean, not Kitashima, Kazan Villa, pardon me. And I mean, Kazan Villa beat the trainer over to the trainer table. As impressive stuff. And I mean, that's what you got to do. Looks to be in a bit of pain, not a lot. I mean, I think they're just stretching something out. It might be a cramp.
Well, Steve Colburn's over there, which is interesting here, as we're getting some eyes on view.
Yeah.
Looks to be his right foot as the boot's coming off.
Those are called cleats in America.
I realized as I said it. You didn't have to call me out, okay? Just let me roll with it. Well, here comes the kickoff.
I think he might just be getting his leg taped up. Short kick.
Whoa! Oh, okay. I've never seen that before. They did a handoff with the kick returners. I mean, it was...
Let's watch this one again. I missed it.
It was more telegraphed than the first telegraph in the 1800s, but it looked really cool.
I was busy checking up my boy La'a, but let's watch this one again. I gotta see what exactly they did.
You know, they did a little do-si-do in the middle of the field here. Interesting play there. I think they would have faked that.
I mean, it got blown up behind the 20-yard line. You got to think Steve Coburn saying, hey, we know Aiden Rouser can kick it out of the back of the end zone. Let's see what happens if he just kicks it a little bit short.
Let's look right here again. They're taking his sock off. They're totally looking at this. There's something clearly here. Let's see if it's serious or not, if he plays maybe in the second half. Because they have gained a lead.
Yeah.
And it's a comfortable one for now. We know Wasatch is good at making up comfortable leads.
I mean, La'a has a very noticeable presence on the field. I mean, we've seen him make countless plays tonight. Very good player. And so I think if there's a high chance of re-injury or even like a medium chance of re-injury, you don't play La'a unless things get bad.
I 21-3 here. 9 minutes left. Maple Mountain's got a lot of field to make up for us. They're deep in their own territory. It's going to be a bunch formation in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. He's got some yards, too.
He's got some room.
First down and some more.
He steps out.
Yep, stepped out. A late flag there.
He steps out at about the 20-yard line.
Oh, okay.
20-yard line. That's where they're calling him down. But he ran all
there's a
the way
flag as
down
well.
to about the 30, 35.
A flag was late near where the play ended. Let's see what they call. Personal foul.
Conduct on Jaron Kalama, hitting him after the play was over. I mean,
On who?
Jaron Kalama. I don't know if I quite agree with that, though, because, I mean, the kid stepped out of bounds, but he thought he was still
Everyone
in.
was
So,
going.
I mean,
Interesting call.
interesting call.
Interesting call there.
I don't know you
It's gonna be in
can
the
love it
36,
too
though.
much, but obviously we're Wasatch fans. So.
And that's a big thing, is establishing the run against this huge defensive line that Wasatch has imposed. And, I mean, that's huge momentum. And maybe if you can get one more good run, you can start opening that passing game. So a crucial run from Maple Mountain, and now they have some space to work with.
Yeah.
Here comes the snap. A motion from the wide receiver.
Oh, blitz coming right through.
Oh, another botch catch there. Need to work on those
through his
hands.
hands. And, I mean,
I know it's going to go into practice next week for Maple Mountain. Got to work on
you're going to
that
bring
catch
out
game.
that jugs machine. You're just going to say, hey, look, we're going to catch. First person to drop a ball,
You know,
run a mile.
they probably could make some decent money, though, off of all the Butterfingers they're getting out there. That was good. Give it to me. Give it to me. That was a good one. I can't even put that on the fly.
I gotta give you that.
That
one.
was on the fly.
Oh, jeez.
2nd and 10 there off of the incompletion. Maple Mountain needs to get some points, and they need to
I mean,
put
if
some
you're
momentum
really
heading
going
into
with
the
that
lockers.
analogy, Wasatch is these little kids because even like they're taking everything away from them. Their Butterfingers, everything. They're just
It
robbing
was
them.
good
Highway
inside,
robbery.
But it was okay. It was okay. It was okay. So the referee stopped the play to allow the substitution.
Maple Mountain. I can hear the coach yelling from over here. Not happy with that, but
So they were forced to sub off Brecken Bowen. So which is interesting. I'm not sure because I was too busy dealing with your crazy analogy. But here comes Wasatch. It's gonna be a pass play.
he looked so uncomfortable back there. You just had some more Butterfingers.
Oh goodness me! And
Wow.
you got to be shooting yourself in the foot because you've had plenty of opportunities. You would definitely be in
Shoot
Wasatch.
yourself in the hand at this point. You might as well catch it with the bullet hole,
Goodness me, whichever. Well, Brecken
Oh.
Bowen's been subbed back into the game after some confusion there from the referees.
right? Yeah.
Not quite sure.
I
but
think
third and
Brecken
long.
Bowen's face or a helmet might have come off, and if that's the case, you have to come out for a play.
Alrighty here. Nobody in the backfield with the QB here. Let's see if he can create something. Pressure coming.
He can.
Incompletion there. I counted 1, 2, 3 drops on the same drive.
I'm
That
there with
hurts because I mean, even if you get one of those, you can maybe go for the 4th down. But like, so tough.
And it's tough being. I mean, right
Because they
now,
had a great drive there.
Brogan Miles has to be like kind of frustrated because he's
Definitely.
sitting back there getting hit, delivering catchable balls, and
Yeah.
all 3 of them have just been dropped back to back. I mean, not the quarterback's fault that time. Definitely on your receivers, but it sucks to be a quarterback right there because you're like, no matter what I do, doesn't matter.
Alrighty, a short little punt here. Is Kalama gonna try and grab it? No.
Kalama's smart enough to say, hey, that's a poison ball. I'm not going to touch that.
A doink right at the 20 for Wasatch here. A good stop. Well, an unlucky stop.
Yeah.
Maple Mountain just got caught with some Butterfingers there. And now we're going to have Wasatch now with the ball starting at their own 20 or 19, it looks like was the final placement. I wonder if they can hear this music, but we're jamming out to the home stadium.
Lala Kalama not on the field at the moment. Looks like they're just giving him some rest.
And I can't even see him towards the bench. Did he? So he's on the bench. Well, here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Cook. Chris Cook breaks one, breaks another. He's got a first down. He trucks one. But Chris Cook, the machine, like his last name intends, he's cooking that defense. Referees are blowing an injury timeout. I think it's on that truck from him.
Yeah.
And he's down, too. This does not look good. Here's the replay. Chris, let's see what the injury here. You can see it's definitely on that truck.
Oh, yeah. That guy's
That's concussion worthy there. That's definitely going to be looked at.
Speaking of concussions, shout out to our boy Ben Wright, off of concussion protocol, playing on defense this game. He's done his job well. I mean, Ben Wright hasn't produced any flashy plays, but he also hasn't given up anything in this game, so doing his job well. But while we're talking about it, I mean, you love to see players getting healthy again, and speaking of players being healthy, we're a little scared for this guy right now.
Yeah, we can't tell his number, but this does look serious, and I that's definitely a concussion. It was directly at the head, and he went on the replay. We saw him grab the head and just go straight down.
Secret confession to you, Kyler. When I was in 6th grade, I missed a game-winning tackle, and the kids scored on us that play, you know, and I stayed down and acted like I was hurt because that was...
That's right up the Hiram playbook.
In my mind, that...
You're on live air, and you're going to claim that?
I mean, you can't be the kid that gave up the game-winning tackle with nothing to show for it, right? You might as well walk off the field like a champ. That's a soccer move.
I was just about to say that. I was like, that's like straight out of soccer.
That being said, I really don't think that's what's going on at the moment. You have a trainer coming out. They're calling an extended timeout, getting everybody off the field.
Now, what you need to look for in these is the helmet coming off. If the helmet comes off, that's a good sign because that means they're able to move his head. But if the helmet has stayed on, they don't even dare move his head. But we can't even see his number. It's just a crowded thing. And Wasatch and Maple Mountain are taking these. If we could at least see his helmet, we could see the degree to the hit. But this is something definitely serious. And
I mean, you have Coach Coburn talking to the refs. The refs, I don't think the refs are telling him it's a penalty of any sort or getting mad at Cook.
What would result in a penalty if it was like head to head? But that's the only. I think that was more of like a good knee, hitting the knee pad there. Yeah. I couldn't tell where the point of contact came from Chris Cook, but we're gonna try and get an angle. I'm assuming.
That's a little bit of a scary moment.
Let's see
here.
the replay once more. Let's see exactly where it got. That was more of like the hip area onto his head. We're going to try and get an angle.
That might be Matt Hess, number 1. It was a single-digit number.
We're trying. There's no sort of angles to what the injury is or who this player is. Who did you believe it was? Matt Hess?
I believe.
On the replay?
Matt
I wasn't looking
Hess,
for the number.
Here you have the stretcher coming out. It looks a lot more serious than I had anticipated.
Yeah, if this helmet is not off, it's tremendous because that means they don't even dare move his head. They're going to need to stabilize his head before they even get him on. Oh man, I can't even think of what that is. The stretcher.
Yeah, I mean.
But this is very serious, and concussion is no joke in football.
Concussions are certainly the major concern when playing football. It's the last thing that you want to see, and on top of that, like, it could potentially maybe even be a spinal injury, and if that's the case, that's really
and maybe that's why they are so but they don't have a whole ambulance, and it's not too crazy, just a stretcher.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that degree of spinal damage, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to say anything.
You really got to be careful, though. I mean, head injuries in general are the worst.
Let's see if we can see anything here. Can we get a look at the
It
head?
Doesn't look like his helmet is off.
Which is a very, very bad sign. Because they don't trust moving his head. So he must not be responsive.
We're having somebody run back to the ambulance. They might.
If the ambulance pulls near the field or onto it, this is very, very serious.
It looks like they might be driving the ambulance on the field. The back door is just closed.
The ambulance is here. It's off screen. You guys cannot see it. It's not like emergency, flashy, but it's currently being prepared off to the left side of the field.
I believe they might be pulling the ambulance onto the field.
They got to open up the gates. I don't know how far they can get in because there's 2 layers of fences. The stretcher's probably going to have to take him there. Here's the ambulance. As you can see on screen, they've got the first layer of gates open.
I believe they might be pulling. They might be pulling around to get a different angle. I
think there's an opening towards the back right of our stadium.
I don't know where the ambulance is going to come on the field, but we're positive that the ambulance will be coming on the field.
Now, it looks like they're going to prepare to move him. but they might be waiting for the ambulance as the ambulance repositions
Goes behind
on the east
away
end.
team.
Now there's a huge swarm around the player. We cannot tell. We cannot go into the field with our camera, sadly.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like the ambulance is going to do its best to get as close as they possibly can to the player.
Okay, here comes some movement onto the player. There's some movement in the huddle. Yeah, this is a very, very serious injury, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the player who's infected. We still don't know quite sure who it is. There's a lot of discussion going on with the referees towards the side. I don't know if that is...
I believe that's just your two-way communication, talking to the coaches on Wasatch, telling them what's going on.
We don't have any sort of signal as to the degree of this, but so here comes the stretcher. They moved him onto the stretcher. Is the helmet on? I cannot tell.
The helmet is
on. It
still
looks like
on.
I don't see it anywhere else.
Helmet is still on. They actually
see how they have the hands there on the helmet
on his.
They don't dare move his head. That is the #1 priority when moving him.
Yeah.
You cannot be moving his head until an X-ray and everything is done. So this is a very serious. They believe that must mean they believe in a
potential spinal injury. I mean,
so this is very, very serious. We can have more than just a concussion going here. I mean, there's still a huddle, and they haven't even moved him yet. But he's now on the stretcher currently.
I mean, I believe this is the point where you're discussing how do we get this player
because the field is very. Maybe they're waiting for the ambulance to reposition, and I cannot currently see where the ambulance is positioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very, very serious
scary
injury.
moment, though. I mean, no matter whose team you're on, you absolutely hate to see this.
Yeah, I mean, just totally scary. I think let's take a little break here. We'll keep watching. We'll fill you in. We'll keep the cameras rolling.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a little break here in the commentating box as they're trying to move him. But we can't see the ambulance for now. The ambulance is here, so this is going to be a little bit of extended. But yeah, we're going to take a break here in the commentating box. The cameras will keep running, and we'll keep you updated once we rejoin you. So stay tuned here. This game will recontinue at 21-3 for Wasatch.
And I mean, sad moment to see here. Last thing you want from a football game. I mean, more importantly, this is a game than anything else, and you don't want to see any lasting injuries come from it. Matt Hess is confirmed to be the person that got hurt on that play. Really the last thing you want to see, and a really bad thing to happen to anybody.
Well, let's refill you back in. It's Wasatch's ball on first down.
After they got that Erickson with a little shenanigans. Gotta love it.
Yep, so on that previous play before the injury, we saw a Chris Cook run for a first down. And now we saw a little shovel pass out to the side for a small gain. And here comes Wasatch again. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Cook once more. It's going to get eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a yard, but that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
And I mean, Maple Mountain's defense is playing angry at the moment, saying, hey, that was just our man that you took down. Matt Hess is, you just took down our boy. And we're not too jazzed about it.
We might be seeing some heat from Maple Mountain, but nobody in the backfield with the QB on 3rd and long. He's going to load up across the middle, off target there. A tight window to throw.
Threaded needle to get it past 3 players, but not quite where you want the ball if you're the receiver.
So after the injury, we saw a nice little hold from Maple Mountain, responding well. But let's see if the offense can maybe stand up for their fallen brother. So here comes a punt from Wasatch. Can get this into some good field position for their defense.
High snap. Handled well by Aiden Rouser.
It's going to be deep. It's going to take a bounce. I believe he thought it was touched.
I do as well.
Because he looked really reactive, like he
Yep.
had to get that now.
Yeah.
So I think in the little frustration there, but still decent field position for the
Great field
defense.
swap. I mean, you're at the 20. I mean, Aiden Rouser kicked that from about the 30, so that's a good like
punt.
50, 60 yard
Had a
flip.
favorable bounce
Yeah.
and some distance as well. Here comes Maple Mountain. First snap on offense since their injury. Let's see if they can create anything for their fallen brother.
Yeah.
Nope. One halfback in the backfield with him. And they're going to try to protect this QB, it looks like, on this play, or maybe a run. Let's see what it is. Wasatch sending a blitz on the pass. It's going to be loaded deep. He got past his
hauled
marker.
in. That's Peter Musler in coverage, and that was Sean Person
With the grab.
with a phenomenal grab. I mean,
And that's what you have to look for when you're running that blitz, is who's going to be open first. And that close quarter coverage, even though it's Pete Musler with all that speed, he's going to get
speed. I mean, he has an obvious height disadvantage. So if you're the quarterback, if you're Miles, you're just saying, hey, look, I'm throwing it up there.
And that's the reason he's playing corner opposed to safety, is because he has a lot of speed to make a recovery.
Yeah.
And that's why he plays so close as well. All righty, here comes Maple Mountain, about to enter Wasatch territory. He's going to load up deep again. Beats his man, gets the grab. Red zone, Maple Mountain making a response.
Wow. Same play twice in a row, just a different player.
And that's
that
always...
time, Sean Person, target, I believe, brother of... Oh, Sean Person listed on the roster twice. I doubt Sean Person both wears...
He's going to get double stats.
3
That's
and
all.
15.
He doesn't care. He's got double stats. But big plays in the passing game from Maple Mountain as they're trying to get some points on for their fallen brother. They're in the red zone now. Can Wasatch's defense step up, or is this going to be a Maple Mountain score? Last time they were down here, a lot of fouls happened for Maple Mountain.
It's true.
And they ended up getting a field goal after all was said. But here comes another pass across the middle of the field. Grab. He breaks the plane, but a flag is thrown.
Flag is on the play. And going back to the height disadvantage, it is a full foot height disadvantage for Peter Muslar. I mean, Sean Person is listed at 6'6". Peter Muslar is 5'6". He's listed at 5'6". That is a full foot disadvantage.
That's a mismatch they are taking care of. Let's see what the flag is here. Holding on the defense. So that's going to bring them right on the end zone line. It wasn't a touchdown. Well, the penalty is declined, actually. That's interesting.
Penalty is declined, and they're calling
Here's that big play, though.
Yeah.
Wow, beat his man, though. Great run there. That was number 24, who had a good first quarter, Caden Luke. Wasatch here is on a 1st and goal, and their backs are up against the end zone, and Maple Mountain's trying to stay alive in this game, and they need it here. This would be huge, especially coming off the injury. Let's see if Maple Mountain can create something. Alrighty, Maple Mountain. They're going to try and get a score here. Wasatch is showing some no mercy blitzing. It's a run play. Does he get past? I don't believe he broke the plane.
They're not calling it a touchdown.
So he's going to be stopped here.
And
it's
you
going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Brogan Miles running all the way out to his coaches to see what the play is.
Now, Wasatch likes the blitz, and you have no excuse to do a blitz when you're this close to the end zone for Maple Mountain.
That's the right time to do a blitz. I mean...
So do we see maybe a play action or maybe just a quick throw? Let's see if Maple Mountain can pull a trick or if it's just going to be a brute run.
I think Wasatch is going to hit a really heavy blitz here. I think you're going to
There might be an open pass on the top of your screen here.
Left.
Pass. Slant. Oh, my. He almost had a second opportunity there, but Josh Sanders in the
coverage. Doing a good job of
I don't know if he got
spooking the wide receiver.
We'll call it that. Good call there. 3rd and goal, though. Wasatch is trying to hold them, and they're meaning to keep them out of the end zone. Ben don't break mentality is number 10 for Wasatch. Ben Wright is being subbed into the game for Peter Muslar.
Off of concussion protocol, you love to see it. Wasatch beefing up a little bit, and as Maple Mountain
so a timeout is going to be called. Yep, Maple Mountain timeout. They're going to talk things over, see what they can get against Wasatch, because they almost had that slant.
Score, because I mean, you're down by 3 possessions at the moment, give or take, right? I mean, 2.5 possessions, we'll call it, but so basically 3, right?
They've got to put some points up.
They have to put some points up before halftime.
It needs to be a touchdown.
I mean, the only game where Wasatch lost, basically all of their opponents' points came in the 4th quarter, which probably means that Wasatch has done more practice for 4th quarter defense than any other defensive practice. I would not be surprised
late game
if Coach Coburn had them just running.
And you got to remember from Maple Mountain where they started this drive, way back, you know, making probably face paintings in their own end zone. It started at the 10-yard. Oh, we're back on camera. Hello there.
Sure.
But this started at the 10-yard line for Maple Mountain. Yeah. And now look at them. They're an inch away from the glory.
And in other good news, La'a Kalama now running around, stretching his legs out. He is back.
And I was going to bring that up before the injury happened. Here comes Wasatch in Maple Mountain, and it's trying to get into the end zone. The running back is right behind him. It's going to be a play action. Throws it out. Good route.
Incomplete.
Is it incomplete? He caught it. The far referee calls for a touchdown.
Saying he caught it. Let's see if we can get a replay on this.
I
don't know if it was caught or not.
That was a beautifully designed play.
Coach Coburn saying it was not
He's
caught.
on the field, too. Let's see it on the replay. Good design play.
Yeah, no, that never hit the ground.
I think he got his hand under that. Can we maybe get it a little bit slower?
I don't think that ever hit the ground.
No, incomplete from the referee.
Let's watch that one more time
very, very
just
interesting.
to see what we in the booth think. I mean, we have replay review. They do not. Number 6 is the guy you're looking at.
I think he got his left arm maybe under it. If this is a catch.
Follow that ball. Does it?
Oh, that's that. Good call.
Good call by the referee to overturn that.
I think the other 2 referees other than the far side saw it, so that was a great call there.
And I mean, that far side referee, I mean, you had Jackson Denton fall in his field of view.
I think we're going to see it go for it. This is very, very interesting. Let's see this replay one more time. Very, very slow. You'll see it here bounce off the floor right below the receiver into his arms. And this is, you got to score that. Even though you're on the run and it's across your body, get it on target. Whew.
Good calling by the other 2 referees to say, hey, look,
I was going to say, I think that was a grab.
We know you saw a catch, but we got contacts in, you know, sometimes, only sometimes.
Remember when we complained so much last year about referee calls? Got this one right. But it's going to bring up 4th and goal.
We were saying it would be lovely to have an eye care sponsor so we can give our refs some glasses. That way they can start calling some plays right. However, we already have one ref dripped out in the sports glasses, you know, the elastic rubber band that goes all the way around. That way they don't fall down. No complaints from him. I believe he's doing a pretty good job.
Now, as you say that, we see the referees discussing with Maple Mountain's head coach here about the call. I believe that was about the last call. Maple Mountain's like, blah, 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 you know, the constant. Well,
obviously, it was a touchdown. Why did he call it? And Mr. Whitehat saying, hey, look, he didn't have an angle on it. He saw the ball being caught, but I saw
because the play ended with the receiver the ball in the end zone.
So the major thing that you got to think about, though, is you had your end zone ref, your sideline ref, and the way the ball was caught, the guy that called it a touchdown could not see if the ball
the receiver
hit
had
the ground.
His back
exactly
blocking the point of view for
and
the
with
referee.
It being such a low pass, he didn't have an opportunity to see under the receiver.
He just saw a broken plane and the ball.
So with both of the other refs seeing the pass incomplete, it is over.
Alrighty, though, but here comes Maple Mountain. They're going to go for it. They want to punch some points right here, right now. Let's see if they can get it.
Interesting little thing. You got both quarterbacks back there.
It's going to be thrown to the corner. He has to grab. Is it inbounds? Touchdown. What a pass there over the defensive corner, and he's got the grab. And he's got the chest bump with his teammates there. And crucial points.
Something you got to say is if you see the ball coming your way, even if you can't turn your head, you just got to stick a hand up there. I mean,
he was ready
maybe
for the
a little bit of an inexperience there. But when you look at it, I mean, there was really no attempt to track the ball or anything. You just got to stick your hand up there, kind of as like a Hail Mary type of, if it hits it, it hits it. But if not, it's at least kind of in the way.
Ben Wright just got burnt on the move. Good little move there. We got some loyal fans down here giving us some knuckles. Wasatch still has the lead, though, right? Has some loyal fans there saying hi to us. We got the open window there.
Asking if they can go down the field at halftime and dance. I mean, I'm all for it. No,
I would lead the charge.
I am no authority figure, but I am all for it. I would absolutely love to see it. No. I am not Jason.
Yeah, you should have went with it. You should have went with it. Well, we had some fans saying hi to us.
Asking if we were Jason. The answer is no.
You should have said Jason Boyce.
Am I having an identity crisis?
So the fans distracted us. Did we have a missed field goal? A missed PAT? I didn't even see that. Well, the scoreboard is showing 9 points instead of 10.
We don't have control over the scoreboard, though, so if it is wrong, it's not our fault. I just want that on record.
No, they would have fixed it. They would have noticed it. It must have been a missed field goal. Wow.
You would be surprised at what some people don't notice.
No way. There would be so much protest. How many players are on each team's roster? 53?
52.
52. Somebody would, notice.
All right. I'll take your word for it, guy. I'll take your word for it.
The kicker at least would say something.
Poro, you think anybody listens to a kicker?
Good point. Well, here comes Maple Mountain.
Oh.
Ah.
Awkward bounce there. I mean, it looked like that was Nalu Kitashima. He expected it to bounce.
A brawl out in the middle of the field here.
Whoa.
A bunch of flags being thrown there. You've got more flags than an Olympic match there being thrown onto the field.
Let's see what's going on.
I didn't see. I was looking at the botched kickoff.
Do we have a replay of that fight?
We're working on a replay right now, but I just turned over when all the yellow flags are being thrown.
Let's see if any of our players or any of the other players have a future career in the UFC.
Let's see here. So we see the botched play, and look onto the bottom left. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's where you got it. You have number 45 of Maple Mountain just aggressively jumping.
And it's going to be called on the kicking team.
Yeah.
And there's two personal fouls on both teams. So both sides got fouls. I think they might cancel each other.
That should be how they work. That's Cutter Christensen from the opposing team. I'm not sure who he aggressively blocked. I didn't get my eyes on that, but
after everything is said, it's going to result in a touchback for the 20 for Wasatch.
Yeah, and I mean, emotions running high in this game. You just had one of your players carted out in an ambulance.
And he just got a touchdown and apparently missed a PAT. This game is getting a little wild. But here comes a run play for Chris Cook. He's going to hit the edge. Good recovery tackle there from Maple Mountain. Can't see who got it.
And that is the first time that Chris Cook has not gotten to the line of scrimmage.
28 there, Carson Golding. Carson Golding with a great little wrap-up tackle here, but here comes that quick tempo offense. Let's see what they can do. It's going to be pass play, wide receiver screen. Kalama's going to have some work to do.
Oh.
Breaks 1, 2, 3. He's fighting.
That's why you love to see the La'a Kalama is back in the game and healthy. I mean,
he's a bowling ball, like Miley Cyrus wrecking ball style, just going at him. If this snap is taken quickly, you'll have a mismatch at the bottom of your screen here, but it's going to be a run play. Didn't see that there. He's going to battle for the first down on the third.
Yeah. I mean, feed the beast that's named Chris Cook, right?
Chris Cook and Kalama are just tearing it up for Wasatch. Moving the chains now, getting down the field here. Here comes a pass play. It's going to go through the air. It's going to be a ditch pass to Josh.
That's Josh Sanders. I mean, Josh Sanders, phenomenal player. Not having the game that La'a Kalama is having. I mean,
but he's holding his own out there and getting some good big yards.
Something that I noticed, though, is La'a Kalama not only does a great job of being a receiver, but he also does a great job of being a decoy. Occasionally, you'll just see him waving his hands when he's not open, and you'll get two players coming at him.
Well said, but there's the run as we were talking there. It's going to be a pickup about 4 and bring up 3rd and medium there. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4, correction. Alrighty, Wasatch can pick up a huge first down here. Maple Mountain needs the hold. Crucial 3rd down. It's going to go to the air. Kalama looks like Villa is going to get that.
Yeah.
He's got the first as well. I'm so used to saying Kalama, we haven't said his name in a while. But a good scramble.
Great play by Villa. Something that I'd like to see in the future, though, it looked like he gave up on the play a little too early. It might have been a quarterback draw. I could be wrong. But I'd love to see some patience from Kazon Villa in the
He's
future.
going to swing it out to Kalama here. It's going to be about a gain of 5 as it's pushed out of bounds there.
Maple Mountain knows, they're like, hey, we got to tackle you out of bounds, because if we don't,
some wide.
you will make something happen, as he's done time and time again.
One opportunity on the top of your screen here, but it's going to be a run play.
Chris Cook. Cook.
Wow.
Just,
Chris Cook is bouldering through this defensive. And it's an interesting thing. They like to run on second down when they're doing this no huddle. It's going to be another handoff, though, on first. Feed the beast. That is Cook. But the beast is only going to get about a yard there. Putting on a game tonight, especially in this first half here. We still got a lot of football to play.
Still have a ton of football to play. I mean, it feels like a later game just because.
Let's watch this replay, though. Chris Cook just bouldering through. Yeah, and
he has really good downhill vision, and then he does a good job of just saying, hey, look, you look better on the ground. Let me just move you there really quickly.
But I think one thing we have not brought up is this offensive line. They're protecting the QB, and they're getting Chris Cook some yards. Good showing all around from Wasatch's offense as the pass is going to go to the air. Way off target there.
Something that we got to give credit for, though, the one game against Mountain Crest that Wasatch lost, I mean, your major problem spot was the offensive line. That thing would not hold water, right? now,
fakes the option. Sorry to cut you off there, but Kazon Villa is taking it for himself.
Kazon Villa doing Kazon Villa things. Like I was saying, though, you're seeing some major improvement from the offensive line, which is really what you need to see. I mean, there's no point in playing 10 games if you don't get better over the course of the season.
That was a first down. I didn't know he moved the change, but it's going to be 1st and 10. A new set of downs. Kazon Villa is going to go to the air here. So, is that a pick? Wow. That was.
I believe that was an interception.
That was.
I believe that
bad,
was.
Though.
And I mean, something you got to say, Kazon Villa, a young quarterback, bound to make mistakes. He has to move his head around a little more. I think he was showing his hand a little too early.
And I'm looking for an excuse to give him there, but maybe it was a missed call. Maybe he thinks he's doing a little quick hook. I don't know. That was off target.
I think he expected
number 4 there.
Number 4 to run a slant Blake.
Yeah.
Instead of running. I mean, it looked like he was about to run a slant, and then it looked like he changed his mind.